See these two people? I hate these people.
How can we both be in the marriage and I'm miserable and you're content?
Luck?
It was Christmas Eve in Connecticut. I was minding my own business, breaking into this rich guy's house when... I ran into this dog. I hate this dog. My partner Murray was waiting for me outside. Murray's an idiot. Murray. This is Santa Claus. Not the real Santa Claus, just some drunk guy pretending to be Santa Claus. Anyways, the cops came. I took those two people hostage in that house that I hate. And guess what? Their relatives showed up. Why? Because it's Christmas Eve, remember? Remember how much I said I hated those two people?
Christmas time can bring out the worst in people, even when you're going through, marriage problems. So, The Ref is about this married couple who are very dysfunctional and pretty much bicker a lot. And the couple is Judy Davis and Kevin Spacey. And then this cat burglar shows up, played by Denis Leary, who is hilarious in this movie. He basically has to take them hostage because he just robbed another house and takes them hostage, and really finds out that he's actually kind of the hostage because they keep fighting, and he kidnaps them on Christmas Eve. So, there you go. So, I know my family had the DVD of the movie, and I always thought what is this movie about? And then I watched it around Christmas time, and I was laughing so hard at a lot of the dialogue in this movie. This is very much a kind of a dark comedy, but man, Denis Leary, he's just hilarious in this movie. My God, he's hilarious. I mean, just some of the dialogue he has is just so funny that I'm surprised no one's really talking about this movie, which is sad because this movie's awesome. This movie's great. Again, I really have no complaints. This movie is very, it's a Christmas movie, and it's a Christmas movie. It's a great Christmas movie about relationship problems, which, who thought I was ever going to say that? But this movie also has a lot of language. In fact, it is rated R because of the language. There's some of other things in there, but yeah. But this movie is just so funny that the first time I saw it, I had a headache because I was laughing too hard. And it especially is the way that Denis Leary is reacting to both Davis and Spacey, I think, is just great, because Leary is kind of you in the situation, you the viewer, where you're just like, my God, will you ever just stop yelling at each other? And even there's a line where he's like, great, I kidnapped my effing parents. And it's just really funny. So I'm surprised this movie isn't talked about, or I bring this up to people, and most of the time people are just like, no, I haven't seen it. I'm like, dude, you gotta see it. And even sometimes when I do bring it up and someone says, oh yeah, I've seen it, and it's just like, what? Are you that needle in the haystack? Like, I found someone that has seen this movie. That's great. And yeah, this is very much a black comedy. And if you know me, I've always liked black comedies. I've always have. And you know, this one, you know, the typical black comedy to me is a comedy that has like a lot of violence, or like kind of like something like Creepshow, where that's pretty much a dark comedy. But this is like, no, what if we just take, you know, something dark like relationship problems and just throw in a cat burglar and have him just be so annoyed to the point where he's going mad. It's like, why don't we just do that? And so pretty much, yeah, the plot of the movie is a cat burglar takes a family, or takes a hostage, takes a married couple hostage, but then they have family coming over for Christmas, so the cat burglar has to basically stay because he has to wait for his partner, who's kind of an idiot, to get supplies, so that way they can get out. But you know, he has to then kind of pose as their doctor or their therapist. And it's funny. It's really funny. And this also has quite a bit of familiar faces. They're going like, yeah, I've seen you in this. I've seen you in this. Oh, you're in this. Oh, you're in this. Like, the first time I saw it, I didn't realize that J.K. Simmons was in this. He has a little role, but he's like, dude, you're in this? No way. Cool. So it's stuff like that. This is kind of a movie that deserves more recognition. And it also plays a lot with, you know, being higher, like upper class, on, even though you have all the money in the world and you spend it on luxury things or experiences, you're still kind of hollow on the inside. You don't feel rich, you feel broke. It's just like the world is kind of open to you, and you're still kind of trapped. I like how they play with that idea here in the movie, because it's Kevin Spacey's mother, who is like super rich, like basically gave them everything, and kind of Kevin Spacey kind of being like a little boy, like, please, I want more. And it's like, no, you kind of have to branch out on your own. So there's a lot of topics that they talk about and that they argue about in the movie that just work really well. And there are parts in the movie where, you know, they'll have like a very like intense screaming match, and then they'll throw in comedy, or they'll throw in like an intense moment and won't have comedy. They just leave you there, and it's because it feels very realistic. You know, if you're in that situation and you're in the same room as a bickering couple, you don't want to say anything sarcastic or anything like that, because then it would throw something off. So this movie feels very real, feels very grounded, and which I really like. So like I said, I'm surprised that no one's really talking about this movie more, and I think it absolutely deserves it. This is a movie where I love to revisit every Christmas. I try to watch this one every Christmas. It's this movie, Die Hard, and The Nightmare Before Christmas. I try to watch every Christmas. Sometimes, you know, I won't get to watch like Die Hard, but this one I try to watch every year. And it just, every time I see it, I always laugh. It's always funny. And it's very, like I said, very grounded, which is, you know, I really enjoy that. So this gets great. It's not all the way amazing, but I do really like this movie. I do really, really like this movie. So, if you want like a change for a Christmas movie, watch this movie. Like I said, this is a great comedy movie about relationships. And, you know, you don't really need to see this on Christmas, too. It's just like, you kind of having problems, watch this movie. And then, yeah, then rethink what you're doing. But, yeah, this movie absolutely deserves more recognition because it's absolutely great.
It was a nightmare. It was just,
Shut up!
these cops and candles and kids and booze and fruitcake and Santa Claus and...
Sex and drugs and women being set on fire. Fascinating.
It was such a nightmare that now I hate Christmas. I used to love Christmas, you know, food and reindeer and ties and bags of fluffy new socks. Now I even hate socks.